Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. It feels like it's been a minute, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rick back at it again. Also, it's a Rico for you. I know what it is. We got some draft stuff to talk about. It is the month of the draft. It's coming shortly, and we got to get into this, man. I feel like I haven't been as deep as I should be, but this is the month. This is how you got to get cracking. And right now, I'm most interested in what these freaking Bills are going to do at that 30 spot and what they're going to do with that the quarterback position. Somebody said my mic is not working. What? Let me adjust that as we go. My man said, never mind, you good. You good. I'm like, I thought I made everything set up. I'm good. What's good, everybody? What's up, my man? Servant Radimus. What's up, my man? My brother in Christ. What's happening with you, bro? All right, folks, let's get into it, man. It's one of those things, man. We got to talk about it. This hole at corner, it's glaring. It's staring us right in the face. Clearly, we're looking at free agency. Free agency is long gone. That's past us now. It's all about what we're going to do in this draft. Simple as that. Salute to y'all noticing that your boy got a fresh fade. You know. Listen, I almost went bald today, bro. I told my barber today, I was like, yo, listen, it's time. He goes, what? I said, it's time. It's time, bro. Brother's getting old. I don't want to be one of those cats that, you know what I mean, that's holding on for dear life. If you guys know what I'm saying, you know. You know, those brothers are just holding on for dear life. And I mean, there's only so many, touches you can do until you're just like, yo, it's a wrap. And my barber's like, yo, and isn't that something when you have a barber? They're your trusted confidant almost. So they pretty much say whether it's time and whether it's not time. And he was like, it's not time, bro. It's not time. You still got it. I said, all right, fam, I trust in you. So we're going to keep rolling. Now, what I need to find out is if I trust Brandon Beane and my homie McDermott to make the right decision. Will we trust them to make the right decision at the cornerback spot? And here's the thing. I appreciate you, April. April's like, nah, bro, you still got it, bro. I appreciate you, people. Now, can we trust the Beane-McDermott duo when drafting cornerback position? And I could have named it that, but I'm not going to, because the cornerback position is something that's just looking at it right in his face. So we got to figure it out. And I was looking back at what we've done at the cornerback position with McDermott, and they have a good track record. Or do they? And this is what I'm trying to decipher. Because like sometimes we can be blinded by, some of the good play, some of the corners that we've gotten, and we say, you know what, they developed these corners, and you got to give them credit for it. And we're staring at a situation, an example right now with Christian Benford. Christian Benford is a prime example of, yo, don't panic. We can find a corner in the 6th round and develop them into what potentially this offseason, late this offseason, or next offseason could land Christian Benford damn near $90 million contract if he plays the way that we've all been, saying and saluting him and giving him all the love. He might be a $90 million man, right? Derek Stingley just got his money. That boy over in Carolina just got his money. So Benford is on his way. Brandon Beane is like, yo, Katamate, I don't got the money for you right now. I believe in you. And if you do what you're supposed to do, I promise you, I'll pay you like some of the guys that earn their money. You'll earn that too. But right now is not the time. You're still under contract. Let's respect that. I love the fact that he's not going eyeball emoji, this, that, and the third. I want to get paid like you know who. That's a whole another ball game for another time. However, Christian Benford is a prime example of, yo, don't panic. We can find a cornerback at any time in this draft. Fine. But then you have the Kaiir Elams of the world, where we trusted you to trade up and get that prototypical corner, size, speed, all of that. Played in a big-time school. The competition was heavy. Kaiir Elam is no longer with the team. He's with the Dallas Cowboys. Second team. So now you're like, okay, Christian Benford, you hit. Kaiir Elam, you missed. Trey White, you hit. Dane Jackson, he's back. I mean, Levi Wallace, undrafted free agent, right? So it's like, can we trust this regime to pick the right player? And I think this is where I'm at right now. And I can't say they're terrible at doing it, because they're not. Taron Johnson. Look at Taron Johnson, one of the best nickels in the game. Can't hate on that. You can't. How can you? Cole Bishop? We'll see. We'll see what Cole Bishop is all about. I'm not too sure yet. I have to go back and look at what he's done all season to make sure my eyes did not deceive me. I saw some good things, and I saw he's young. Right? Taylor Rapp, we didn't bring Taylor Rapp in. Right? We didn't draft that brother. So it's just what I'm saying. My man said, yo, we didn't, Trey White wasn't McDermott. I mean, that's always the debate, right? Because I'm a firm believer that Whaley pretty much said, I present you my homework that I've done all season long. Hopefully you can make the picks that, that make sense. But I shop for these. These are what I'm giving you. Now, whether he's part of this whole process or not, that was a whole messy situation. Whether you want to call whether you want to call Trey White McDermott's or not, I'm okay if you say it's not or it is. I don't know. We'll never know, right? However, if you want to count him as part of Whaley, then really the cornerback position, Taron Johnson was the biggest pick for McDermott and Beane. But that's neither here nor there. Corner is where we're sitting at. And we have a big hole there. If you look at who we have on the roster, it's nothing really to write home about. We're sitting with a roster that's got a glaring hole at cornerback 2. So my question is the cornerback 2 spot sitting in this draft, and are we drafting them at the 30 spot? Because the 30 spot is glaring. I don't see a glaring need at defensive tackle. Glaring, no. Should we add to it? Yes. Glaring, no. Joey Bosa, the signing of Joey Bosa, and if he's healthy, should make up a lot from what we have interior line of the defense. Plus, additionally, this is a deep defensive tackle draft. So if we don't get one in the first 30 or in our first round pick, we can double back in the second round pick. But that corner spot is what has me kind of hot right now. I'm like, I don't know where Beane and McDermott are going to go with this. So I put a list. I wouldn't say a list. I put a couple names together that I thoroughly think that the Bills will be looking into, or is a good fit. That's the best way I can put it. I have a few players that I think would be a good fit for this Bills defense. Knowing what I know and what is on the cornerback spot with Christian Benford, I'm in good hands. I think we can easily say that we are in good hands with Christian Benford. I worry not about Christian Benford. My problem is, if you look at what we have at the position, let me share my screen real quick. There's not a whole lot to write home about. I mean, there's just not a whole lot to write home about. Where am I at? Why am I? Oh, there we go. Let me share my screen real quick. If you go to the Buffalo Fanatics IG page, it's clear right in front of you. If you haven't done it, if you haven't followed us on IG, I don't know what y'all waiting for. Go ahead and jump on that. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about it. Let me scroll. Let me put my name. I don't like that. I don't like that screen right there. I gotta check myself on that screen. There we go. This is a lot better. All right. So this is what we're looking at the cornerback position, folks. Christian Benford, your bona fide cornerback one. Great in the zone, has very much improved man-to-man, and he can be trusted in man-to-man. We've seen some moments where he's like, oh, shoot, he's on it. Taron Johnson, nickel, got it. We good there. And then the fall off. I'm a big fan. I like Cam Lewis. I'm a fan of Cam Lewis. Right? But we also know that he is not starter material. Jamarcus Ingram, not starter material. Right? Daquan Hardy, Corey Couch, Brandon Carterton, those are all depth guys. Right? So we don't have the guy that you can say, yo, you got it on that side. We don't have that. So what's Brandon Beane up to? What's he going to do? And this is where I believe that, the draft is upon us. He's about to shake things up. But the question is, where is he going to go? So I gotta put you. I gotta put you guys on some folks. You probably already know this. This is me getting into the game right now. Now, some folks are talking about Asante Samuels Jr. I hate to break it to y'all, man, but if Asante was gonna be on a team, especially by now, he would have been. I have no idea what the heck the holdup is. I know that he had a bad shoulder this past year. Are they not in on him? They don't feel good about him. Is he asking way too much? Are they just? I don't know what's going on with Asante. By now, you would have thought he would have been on a team by now. He ain't there. And if you look at free agency, they're talking about the best free agent guys available are Rasul Douglas, which we just had, and we said, nah, we're not bringing you back. And you have an aging Gilly that's out there. You could bring him back to Buffalo. That would give you a veteran corner on the other side of Benford. I wouldn't be mad at that, but I would assume we were trying to get younger. Maybe his best days are behind him. Are we trying to go there? We just did it with Rasul Douglas. I know they're two different players. You get a little bit skillful with Gilly. Stephon Gilmore would be a nice addition, but I'd rather go younger. Let's get a little younger on this defense. So here we are. First guy I want to talk about. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. This guy right here. I believe it. I don't know how you pronounce this brother's name. Azareye'h Thomas. I think it's Azareye'h. Azareye'h Thomas. Let me tell you something about Azareye'h Thomas, bro. I was watching some film on Azareye'h Thomas. And I'm a fan. I know I'm going to bring myself back on the screen in just a moment, but I'm a fan of Azareye'h Thomas. There's something about Azareye'h Thomas that I'm a big fan of. Played at a big-time school, Florida State. I like what I see from him. He's got the size. He's got the physicality. He's got the prowess of playing in a big-time school. You like that about Azareye'h Thomas. At least I can tell you that I like what I see. But here's the deal. There are some things about Mr. Azareye'h Thomas that, some folks might say, you know what? I don't know about that, brother. I don't know. Right? This is what I'm interested in. Where does he fit? How does he fit? How can we get him in? And this is where I'm just kind of scrolling down from my notes of when I was watching a little film on my guy, Mr. Azareye'h Thomas, right? Solid size, 6'2", 202, just under 200, or like 194, 195. He's not the fastest. He ain't the fastest, but he puts himself in great position. He's got the IQ. He's got the He knows where he's supposed to be. He's got the recognition of where he's supposed to be. Is am I right? Azareye'h? My man said it's Azareye'h. Azareye'h. Listen, bro. I'm going to call him Azareye'h for now until I can get it down right. I'm not ready to read all that right now. But I like the size his brother brings, man. Would he be a good fit? So this is what I'm trying. This is, for me, I'm going to talk personally for me. We already have our zone corner in Christian Benford. Christian Benford has proven that he's a solid zone corner. He's a solid cover guy. He can get into man-to-man. He's gotten better with it. I think they want to see a little bit more from him this year, so that's why they probably didn't pay him the big money that he wants. But we already have the zone guy. On the other side, what Kaiir should have been is what I think we're going after this draft, which is I'm going to try it again, a press cover guy that can play some zone, but if I need it in a pinch where I need to lock down the guy that's giving us issues and fits, because we're about to face some really tough receivers this year, you got to have a guy that's ready to lock stuff down. And this is where Azareye'h Thomas brings us something that we could look forward to. Big fan of what he brings to the table. And if the Bills can find a way to lock him down at 30 and we don't have to move up, I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. I just lost my notes. Let me go back to my notes here. I'm absolutely okay with that. If we can lock that brother down, let's roll. Let's absolutely roll. So a little bit there you go. I found my notes now. Excuse me. So what I like about this brother is what he brings to the table. He's got the IQ. He's got the size. He's not that fast. I think he ran like a 4.5 40. But he makes up with him being in the right place at the right time. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. By the way, Derrien Porter, somebody put me on Derrien Porter today. I'm watching, and I like you. I like you what I see in Derrien Porter. We'll get into that in just a moment. But big time player in Azareye'h Thomas. I got to do a little bit more homework on Azareye'h Thomas. So if you guys haven't seen it, let's look at the film together. I told you, I wanted to do this. And I can't just tell you guys about a player and not get into it a little bit. So I'm going to share my screen in just a little bit, and we can just watch a little bit of film. I wouldn't call it film. I mean, I wanted to look at stuff, but there's too much commentary behind some of the film that I see online. So I'm just going to play some highlights of my guy. And I hate to use the highlight thing because I'm more of I like to see him against a team and see every snap and see what we can. But it's all good to share a little something about my man. So Azareye'h Thomas, I'll try to find out how you really pronounce his brother's name. But here he is, man. Just picture what you see here and picture that in a McDermott defense. Don't get copyrighted. Yeah, Richie Fresh, it's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all sharing. I ain't trying to monetize this. This is just us messing around. But picture this in a McDermott defense. And this is what I'm looking at, right? Forget about this play. But I like his physicality. I like where he puts himself. I like his feet, but I like his length. That's what I'm interested in, man. That's what I'm interested in, his length. I'm not a fan of doing the highlights, but I got to do it in this case. Look at that. This is what we need. Let me tell you something. Let me pause that real quick, okay? What he just did just there, and it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything crazy, but it's something that we could have used. You know what I mean? Hold on, I gotta go back. It's something we could have used from you know who. You know what I mean? It's something we could have used from the you know who. It doesn't matter now. But it's that little thing that you jam at the line, slow the receiver down a little bit, compose yourself. Okay, let's go. Instead, we had Kaiir Elam going 15 yards off and then expecting to try to make a play off of that? Come on, man. If I'm a receiver and I see that, I know you shook. I don't care. You shook. I'm on you. So those little things like that I see, and I'm like, I could deal with that. I could rock with that. So I'm telling you, man, there's something that I like about this brother, man. There's something that I like about this guy. closing in, good size. I like it. No fear. I kind of like it. I'm a fan. I like what I see. And I'm just picturing this in McDermott's defense. And you develop a player like this that's already got the knack to stay with his brother. Come on now. I like you. I like you what I see. No fear. Nothing better than when you see a corner that has no problems getting his nose dirty and getting in the dirt. I want to see that jam at the line, because that was that stood out to me. The jam at the line, man. Bang. Let's go. And that boy's not a big boy anyway, so I get it. He's not a big receiver. You go up against an A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is not going to take that type of mess. However, it's the fearlessness that you go ahead and do that. So that brother right there, I like what I see. I like what I see. Use your hands, use your size. That's what you want to see, man. When I play ball, if you guys ever play basketball and you saw a guy that was like, let's talk about pickup basketball here. You see a guy that 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". In NBA, that's just, that's your regular shooting guard, right? But in the gym, that's your big boy. And you see a big boy that can't use their size, and you're like, fam, why are you so big and you don't know what to do with all that? You know what I mean? Come on now. No different than when you see a guy playing football. You play back in college or high school ball, and he had the whole neck roll, and he looked all that. You're like, oh, I don't want to get smacked by that dude. And you see this guy running, you see him getting hit, and you're like, yo, he's soft, bro. All that for nothing, all big for nothing. That's the thing that bugs me the most. So when a player actually knows his size, uses the size, and knows how to throw his weight around, bro, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm a big fan of that. My man Walter says, yo, I like that player too, Rico. I'm typically a fan of FSU defensive players in general. They tend to play with a mean streak. There's something about these Florida boys. Now, I don't know if he's actually from Florida, but them Florida boys don't play no mess, man. They play ball. They play ball. So my first guy that I'm looking at is Azareye'h Thomas. I got to look more into him. We'll see how it all shakes out. But I got more people to talk about. By the way, salute to my man's talking about, yo, I see you Run DMC shirt. I see you, bro. I see you, Terrence. I see you, Terrence. All right. If you guys have players that you want me to look into, you guys let me know. But we're going to keep this moving. Now, there's another guy by the name of Maxwell Hairston. Maxwell Hairston ran a 4.28 40. Ran a 4.28 40. All right. And I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued. So what's your game look like? What's your game look like? All right. So let's go. Let's measure him up. All right. He's about 5'11, about $183. So not a big dude. Not a big dude, but he can fly. He can fly, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, can that boy run. And what he brings to the field is quickness, lateral quickness, speed. He's got catch-up speed. He can return the ball, and he's got a knack for making plays on the football. God, that's the type of stuff you need, right? Now, he's small. He's not afraid to get in there and tackle. He's definitely not afraid to get in there and tackle. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do you guys dirty like that. I'm just let that film roll out, and then we can kind of look at the highlights. I'm doing this for the purpose of the show, so I don't want you. I'm not a film guy. I'd love to get into it. Trust me. I think my commentary over some film would be fun. You know what I mean? However, we'll get into that. But the point is, speed, smaller. He's 5'11", $180. But like, as a DB, you're playing in a man's league. It's a different ball game. However, he's not afraid to get himself dirty and get in the dirt. So let me share my screen real quick, so we kind of see this together. Oh, that boy, he's quick. He's quick. He's quick. So I ain't mad at it. Let me run that back for those that didn't see that. You know what I mean? If he reads it and he's got a knack for reading something, look at that. Great awareness, great pickup. He let that man go inside. He stayed in his zone. Take that to the house. That's a house call. 42840? Nope. Thank you. Quarterback too late. You got to throw that sooner, brother. You got to throw that. You got to throw that sooner. Maxwell Hairston. Here he is on the bottom of the screen. I'm interested. I still got to do some homework on my brother. But look at this. I'm there with you. 42840. Apparently he's got like a 38, 39 vert. So he's explosive. He can get up there. On you. I'm on you. Like, stick the foot in the ground and I'm you. I like it. So I'm looking at this film here and I'm just kind of like, how could McDermott use a guy like this? How can McDermott use a guy like this? You already have a dog in Taron Johnson in the nickel. Somewhat undersized a little bit. You know what I mean? You can see it. But this brother right here? Oh. Now, whether he's a first round, I got to figure out where these guys are. I'm just looking at names. People have mentioned names to me. I'm looking at guys with their 40. I'm looking at this brother right here. I like what I see. Maxwell Hairston. And he's when you see a corner just in there, bruh, let me get in there. Run fit. Force that fumble. Come on now. I kind of like it. Now you can see this. The frame is a little small. He's a bit small in the frame, right? So I can see him getting pushed around a little bit. Don't forget, this is college ball. You know what I mean? Some of these guys, you know what I mean? They're not men yet. They're not men yet. But I can see that if he hits the gym a little bit, a couple pounds on him, he's got some explosiveness. He can return if we need him to. Maxwell Hairston. Maxwell Hairston. What are your thoughts on my man Maxwell? So I'm seeing it. I'm liking it. It's just that when you have guys that are 6'3", you have guys that are, 6'2", that can run. He can stay with them, but size might be an issue. But you know what? That's why we got safeties. That's why we got another 10 guys on the field. You're not just doing it for one guy, but it's the skill set he brings to the table. That's what I'm interested in. That 4.2840 does something for me, right? In 2023, he had his biggest year. He was SEC Defensive Player of the freaking year. Of the week, After running 2 interceptions, I'm looking at some of the notes I put in together for my guy, right? So I like it. So this is someone that we want to pay attention to. I've seen a couple people mock him to the Bills. I kind of like what I'm seeing with him. So we'll see how that goes. My man Signified Note says, Rico, what do you think of Nick Imawari, safety out of South Carolina? Bro, I am all on Nick Imawari. 6'3", 200 pounds, and can run. Fam. But I'm looking at that safety position, and I'm like, we got Taylor Rapp. We call Go Bishop. You do bring in a high draft pick on Nick Imawari. So what does that mean for Cole Bishop? Are we giving up already on a second rounder that we just brought in from Utah? Is Taylor Rapp not the guy you want to see no more? But when I see Nick on the field, certified general. But like, you'd have to move up for that. You got to move up for him. You've got to move up for him. And I've seen the Broncos and the Buccaneers mocked with them. And they're picking a 19-20. And I've seen the Vikings looking for a safety at 24. So if we're going to trade up with anybody, it'd have to be the Green Bay Packers or the Chargers. Oh, man. I don't know. But I'm a big fan. Stoned 8. What up, man? Who's your dream pick for the Bills this year? I don't know yet. I'm still looking around. I don't know if I haven't fell in love with a player just yet. Like, I know when I see a player and I'm like, that's the guy that I want. Let's go. But I've not fallen in love yet. I haven't really dove deep into the draft chatter just yet. I'm starting to get my feet wet. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Abdul Carter, we're not even gonna sniff Abdul Carter. He gone. Top 5. He out of here. We even gonna see him. We're not even gonna see that, bro. You know what I mean? So that's that Maxwell. Listen, Maxwell Hairston is definitely something that I'm looking at. I see it. That brother is the real deal. You watch out for this guy right here. If we can get him, you get true 4.28 speed. That boy can run. He can play. You know what I'm saying? A little slender in his frame. But we'll see how it all shakes out. But for Abdul Carter, bro, we ain't gonna sniff Abdul Carter, brother. We're not even gonna sniff Abdul Carter. Yeah, we don't even look his way. Don't even look his way. By the way, Papa Bill says, yo, what's up, man? Where's Bot at? Bot is in the middle of moving. I don't know if you guys remember when he said he was moving from his apartment to his new spot. So he doesn't have anything set up. So he's finally kind of somewhat got himself settled. He was going to be on the show with me tonight, but he's got none of his stuff settled. So I said, yo, don't even stress it. We're going to start getting into our draft talk. We're going to start corners today. So you'll probably see him either over the weekend or next week for sure when he gets himself set up. So I'll send him some love. It was his birthday too, so he was celebrating his birthday, all that stuff, man. So no stress on that. Let's go. So Maxwell Hairston, speed, frame is a little small, but you got to make up for a guy that's nasty, that wants to get into it. He's got the football IQ. He knows, he's got instincts. He knows where he's supposed to be, and he knows his skill set. Nothing greater than that. But how does that fit in this Bills defense? The Bills want physical, big corners. You want a guy that can get in there. Case in point, you see who we had in Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas was a bigger dude. A taller corner. You saw what we tried to do with Kaiir Elam, right? A taller, bigger corner. So are we trying to stay in that realm of going after that type of player? Then Azareye'h Thomas is the right pick. If you're trying to go away from that and you want speed, you want finesse, then you go with a Maxwell Hairston. But do you feel good enough with where Christian Benford is heading that you can go after a Maxwell Hairston? We'll see. My man said, yo, Rico, when are you going to start talking about some D linemen, our actual biggest problem? I don't know if our D lineman is our biggest problem, to be honest with you. Think about it. Interior D line, I know that some folks don't like the fact that our interior D line we're a little thin at the interior D line. I know my man Bobby was talking to me. He's like, yo, man, we're thin at D line, man. If you think about it, we don't have enough at the DT position. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, you might be right, man. You got Joey Bosa, Greg Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, Javon Solomon, and then you got Michael Hoyt. Obviously going to be serving his suspension. I get it. And then when you look at the defensive tackle position, you're like, okay, you might be onto something. You mean Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Dwayne Carter, Zion Log. And then you got Branson Dean. You're like, who? Exactly. Then you got Larry Ogunjobi that's going to be serving his suspension. So really and truly, we kind of are thin. But if you look at the cornerback position, fam, you see where we're at. We need corner badly. Forget about the defensive front. Who the heck is covering? If we don't have anybody to cover, they're going to light the skies up. Sorry, but I need me a corner. Defensive front can wait. We just signed Joey. We just brought Joey Bosa to the squad. We got Greg Rousseau. The bookend DNs are there. It's not like we lost Ed Oliver. We still got Daquan Jones, and you got Dwayne Carter coming back. We ain't in that big a need on the defensive line, although I'd love to add one more big piece in the middle for sure. Kenny Grant would be great. He might be gone the first 15 picks. 15 to 20, we'll see. If he falls in the 20 to 30, this is where you got to get Bean on the phone. Be like, yo, how can I get to 19? How can I get to 20? We'll see. But I'm with Walter. Walter and I on the same page, man. As bad as we need cornerback, I have confidence in us being able to wait a little and find one later. Oh, he doesn't like that. He thinks we should go DL. Shoot, I thought you were with me, Walter. I guess not. They earn their trust, in my opinion. DL, on the other hand, I don't trust to be able to find the talent. Here's the deal. There's depth at defensive tackle. There's depth. There's all that. That's a deep draft. So we don't need to really, reach for a defensive tackle if we don't need to. We don't have a freaking corner. Last I checked, you need those guys. You absolutely need those guys. Or we're going to be trading for one in the middle of the season. Not interested in that either. Not interested in either. Yo, Rico Gruen had 5 sacks last year, and 3 of them came in one game. We need help. Didn't he have 8 sacks? Don't try to do my guy like that. I think he had 8 sacks this year. Don't disrespect my guy like that. Come on now. Don't do that to him. All right. Let me get on to the next corner that I want to talk about. And this one, now, I don't know what our chances are of getting this player here, but it's Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron. Now, it's a long shot. It's a long shot. However, if we can land a Jahdae Barron, on this Bills squad, my gosh, that would be an absolute steal. Why, though? Because according to my man Bobby, that's a McDermott guy. And you know what a McDermott guy is. I think we all know what a McDermott guy is. The McDermott guy is the guy that you can put at the nickel position. It's a guy that you can put at the corner position, and you can put him everywhere on the field. And he's got the ability to move. Look at this brother move. He played at a big-time program. He's not afraid to get in the dirt. Decent size. Solid size at that. Decent speed. Like, you can't go wrong with a Jahdae Barron. You know what I mean? 4.40 on the combine. It's telling me that, bro, playmaker, ball skills, not afraid to freaking get in there and tackle. This is the dude that you want to bring to Buffalo. The problem is we picking 30. And a guy like this doesn't last long. Doesn't last long. So is there a chance the Bills can land a Jahdae Barron? I can't tell you. I don't think we can. But this guy's got a knack for the football. He knows where to be. He can play nickel. He can play corner. You want to play the safety? He can play safety. You want to play in the box? He'll play the box too. And he tackles. Physical. I'm just giving you guys the highlights. I already watched the film on this brother. Like, he's a willing tackler. He gets in there. He just knows where to be. And he's not small. He's a good size. He's got great size. Man, you can't go wrong with a guy like this, man. You can't go wrong with a guy like this, man. And according to PFF, they ranked him as the 4th best corner. Fam, we're not reaching this guy. But I'm looking at the type of corner that we need for this team. Don't forget, it's not about just the players, but what kind of corner fits for this team. Are we looking for the size? Are we looking for that speed? Are we looking for more of a speed corner, finesse corner? Right? Do we want a man-to-man press corner? Because we already have our zone corner over with my man Christian Benford. So this guy might be the guy. Now, these are beautiful highlights, so I don't want to just play the highlights, but it's pretty. It's nice. How do you not want to watch something like that? Jahdae Barron, man. I'm a fan. And he a dog, man. You play Texas, you a dog. The Jim Thorpe winner, bro, he's a dog. That bro, he nice like that. So, but what are the chances we get a guy like that, though? What are the chances we get a guy like that? That's my problem. We may not be able to get a guy like that. But there are some guys that do intrigue me. Now, I will say this. There's one player right now that somebody put me on him yesterday. And I've been watching some film on this guy. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with his name, but I'm going to put you on game. East Carolina corner by the name of Shavon Revel Jr. Transfer player. He earned second team all ACC honors in 2023, back last year. He's got 70 career tackles, 1 sack, 15 breakups, 3 interceptions, 1 pick six. Problem is, he tore his ACL last year. Here's what I like with this, though. I'm going to show you some of the film from this guy. If you can land this guy, I know he tore his ACL, but if we can land someone and have him sit on ice and get himself up to par, and if he gets to where we believe he can be, look out for this guy right here. Shavon Revel. Big boy, 6'3", 200 pounds, and he plays like it. He plays his size. A 6'3" corner? Give that to me all day. Check the bottom of your screen. Long arms. I like it. I'm a big fan of what I need to watch a little bit more from my guy, but I like what I see from Revel. Look at the length, speed, all of that. You see what I'm talking about? I'm just putting my notes up because I wanted to tell you a bit more about my man Revel out of East Carolina. 6'1", almost 6'2". I'll call him 6'2". He's a $194. You know what I mean? Good size on him. You got to give it to him. His combination of the height and the length. I like what I see. I call him 6'3", but he's 6'2". All right. Big time player. I like it. So if we can try to get him on the Bills, you got the athleticism, you got the length, you got his aggressive play style, strong in press. He's a press corner. This is why I like him. We already got Benford on one side. You bring this brother as a press corner, he will jam you up. He's not a small man. He ain't small by any means. Get over here, fam. Wrap this sucker up and let's go. He played a little bit of high school. He played a little receiver at high school, so you know he can ball. He can catch. You know the saying is, you mean receivers that have transferred to DBs, that means they couldn't catch. But nonetheless, awareness. Look at what he does here. Sift this out. Man, get out of here. I don't believe that. Sit your ass down. Come on. This is what I want to see, man. Now, the speed is decent. He ain't blazing fast, but he's where he needs to be. So I'm a big fan of what I see from Revel. Physical, tall, lengthy. You know what I mean? And he's got the grit. He's got grit. Love to see it. You love to see it. So I'll listen. This is a name that I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to this. So y'all should pay attention too. Now, obviously, I'm giving you highlights. So go ahead and do your due diligence and watch. Now I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Step by step. I'm with you. Come on now. Bottom of your screen. I'm with you. Still there. I would have liked him to turn his head around a little bit, but okay. I'm okay with that. I would have liked his turn his head a little bit. He gave me a little Dane Jackson there, but that's cool. Right there. I'm with you. That length. So, Shavon Revel. Excuse me, I saw Shavon Revel. That's the one guy that I'm starting to pay a lot more attention to, see where he's happening. Now, I'm with you, bro. I'm here with you. You got the size. The only thing is, it's too bad that he kind of tore his knee up. So some teams are not gonna look at him and say, nah, I think I can wait until second round. So if he falls to us in the second round and we can get a big boy and get this guy in the second round, listen to me. I can deal. I can wait for that. I can absolutely wait for that. So what are your thoughts on my man? Said, Rico, dude probably going to be a day 2 guy. He could be. That's what I'm saying. He could be day 2 guy. So if we're lucky enough and we got 2 second round picks and we don't have to really do a whole lot, I could take it. And my man said, that's a pretty big swing for a guy with a torn ACL. I know. That's why I said this could be one of those situations where, if he falls to us, if we don't have to take him with the 30, he gets to us in the second round, and we take a flyer on a guy that that's got the ACL. I get that part. Here's my thing. Do you give up a second round pick for a guy that's got a torn knee when you don't have a solidified, cornerback that you can kind of say, hold it down for a little bit, unless you trust Dane Jackson to hold it down for a little bit? That's the only thing that I have I'm back and forth on. That's the only thing. We don't have the guy that you can say, draft this guy because we have this guy that can chill for a little bit. We don't have that. If Kaiir Elam was prepared to, take a leap, that's no bueno. He's out of here. Justin Walker's like, could this be Devin Witherspoon 2.0? Could be. Shavon Revel. Keep that name in mind. All right. Who is my next guy that I want to touch on? I'm just going through my notes here, folks, so bear with me. Bear with me. So Jahdae Barron with Azareye'h Thomas. We talked about that. Maxwell Hairston. Love that. Shavon Revel. All right. Somebody put me on this brother right here. Derrien Porter. Did I get that right? I have not seen anything out of Iowa State, Derrien Porter, but I'm about to put some stuff in here. I know nothing about Derrien Porter. Somebody put me on him today. So I was like, all right, let me see who Derrien Porter is, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with Derrien Porter, excuse me. But I hear good things out of Derrien Porter. I hear good things. Derrien Porter, oh, he light skin? He a light skin cat? All right, let's see what my man's got. Derrien Porter. So, like, while that loads up, that's what I want to see. My man said, yo, Revel best corner before the injury. Yo, Revel is nice, man. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this dude named Revel. Don't sleep on this dude named Revel, man. Oh, you said, my bad. I thought you were saying, no. I'm saying because he tore his knee up, we might get lucky and find him in the second. I mean, we may not even, we could probably, I mean, if that's the guy we like, I got to wait to see what the top 30 visits looks like for the Bills. I want to see what they're doing because nobody knows what they're doing just yet. They're very mum. I mean, they're talking about receivers. We'll get into receivers later at another show. But right now, this is about the defense, the cornerback, because that's what we need to do, man. We need to really get that cornerback position solidified. So that's where I see it. My man said pretty old. I'm sure he's 23, 24 years of age. That's my only criticism. It's funny. I don't really, I'm gonna get my man Carl Jones on that too, because I told him that we gotta talk some draft now, and he's all about it. So I don't know about you, how you guys feel when corners or when collegiate players are a little older. That bothers me none. I don't care if he's 21. I don't care if he's 23, 24. I don't care if he's 25. I mean, if he can help between the ages of 25 to 30 to 31, and you can help that team win, I got 5 to 6 years of service out of you. As nasty as that sounds, it's the truth, right? You get them young at 21, 20, 21, 22 years old. By the time they hit 26, bro, you got to decide if you're trying to bring him into another contract or not. 23, he plays 4 years, you know what I'm saying? He's 27, 28, whatever the case is. And now at this point, it's easier for you to move on to somebody else unless this guy's turned into something nice. You know what I mean? So I don't worry too much about that. It's just a couple of years. You know what I mean? But those older guys that come out, they're a little more polished, they're developed. You ain't got to worry too much about those cats. I don't care for the older rookie. That don't bother me none whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Now, I got to show you guys. Hold on. I'd argue older drafted players is potentially a plus for a Super Bowl contending team. If we were the Pats, I'd agree on being too old too. Yeah, I don't mind. I see, it doesn't bother me none. I don't get bothered by the older rookie. Oh, Ray Davis is 25 years old, and that's still a baby, man. That's still a young buck, man. He's strong. You know what I mean? He's got. You know what I mean? Old man strength at 25 years old, as opposed to the rookie that's 21 years old that doesn't know nothing. He don't know nothing. I mean, my man, he's lived some life a little bit, Ray Davis, if you catch what I'm saying. So anyways, Derrien Porter. That's what somebody told me to check out. They said, yo, check out Derrien Porter. Second fastest corner in the draft, from what I was told. Second fastest corner in the draft. He ran a 4.3 40. 4.3 40 at the combine, and he's considered to be a ball hawking defender. So that's what I hear. And that's what they're telling me. So I said, let me see for myself what they're talking about with this Derrien Porter cat. Let me just kind of open the screen up and let y'all see for yourself. You know what I mean? Derrien Porter. And this is the first time I'm seeing a little bit of Derrien Porter. So bear with me. What is he? 6'2"? 6'2", $197. Great size. Senior. I mean, he's probably a little older. I guess this is the guy you were talking about. A little older. I am mad at that. I mean, I'd rather you wrap up a little bit, young buck. Wrap up a little bit for me, because that's easy. Someone's going to hurdle your ass. You do that against Saquon Barkley, you out of here, bro. Saquon going to hop your ass. All right, get in there, get dirty. Yes, I like it. Stay with it. Great play. Give that to him, man. Great play, man. You come in, stack up, get back in coverage. Nah, you got to like that. You got to like that. I like that. Yo, good play, Derrien. All right, Derrien. I like it. Oh, we got a block? Ha! Yo, that's that 6'2" length. I'm with it. Give me some DB play, bro. That's what I want. Forget about the block. I'm cool with that. Give me some DB play. That's what I want. Bottom of the screen. Huh. Stay with him. Press corner. There we go. Now, they say he's a zone type corner, but considered a ball hawk. I like it. Now, the question is, where is he going? Is he considered a first rounder? I got to figure that out. But that 4.3 speed is very intriguing. Playing off ball. They're trying him. Here we go. All right. I'm not trying to play film all day for you guys. I mean, film. I call this film. Highlights. I ain't gonna call this film. But you guys catch a little bit. So this is time of year now. I'm gonna start to try to get into this and play, you know what I mean? Start to kind of touch more on ball with y'all and college and these collegiate guys coming in. So we in and out. We in the sauce. We trying to get into it. So Revel, Shavon Revel Jr., East Carolina, intrigued. Azareye'h Thomas, right now, that's the guy that I'm looking at. I'm like, yo, I F with that dude. I like the size that he brings. Sneaky little, Maxwell Hairston, 5'11", you know what I mean? Buck 83, speed, all of that. Just a smaller he's a smaller frame dude. Smaller on the frame, but that's blazing speed you can't hate on. You gotta love it. So I just wanted to touch on that in terms of the draft prospects. I hope you guys enjoyed that part of it. We'll get more into it as time goes on, and I'll take better notes and kind of drop some stuff for you guys and have you guys look at stuff. And if there are guys who want me to look at and be like, yo, pay attention to this dude, talk to me, let me know, because right now Bills needs, not in particular order, but you got corner. Somebody said Kobe Bryant. You got to look at Kobe Bryant. All right, cool. I'll Justin Walker. I see that. Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna look at that. You got corner. Absolute need. Defensive interior, absolute need. We know we need to, we bolster that with one big boy over there. Linebacker, I think we cool at linebacker. If we were to bring a linebacker, I wouldn't be mad at it. But you got Dorian Williams up and coming. People seem to love Buffalo Joe. There's that other UB Buffalo linebacker that kind of made some noise in the combine. He's probably a late round draft pick. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills brought him to the squad. But safety, would you guys consider safety a need? Is safety a need on this squad? You got Cole Bishop, Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin returns. Is there anything that stands out to you? Are you big on that? Do you feel good about that? That's what Dolak. That's the guy's name. That's the guy's name for real. I've been hearing about Benjamin Morrison too. I've been hearing about that, but I got to do a little more homework on that. All right. But are we okay with that? Are we good with what we see at the safety room? I'm not sure how I feel about the safety room. So this is why I started looking into Nick Emmanwori or Malachi Starks. Started looking at safeties, but like how high are you looking at grabbing a safety? See, Justin Walker, I'm with you, man. It's a sneaky need, but we have to absolutely give Cole Bishop an opportunity. You got to give him an opportunity to develop after one rookie season where he didn't even have a full offseason because he was hurt. Those are things you got to look at. So for me, the need for this team, in no particular order, cornerback, defensive tackle. I'm looking at linebacker, but not really. But I'll put linebacker aside for now. Receiver. I feel like we're one piece away at the receiver room. We're one piece away at the receiver room, and you can never go wrong. I mean, with adding more depth at corner, I think we could use 2 corners in this draft. Why not? So corner, receiver, DT. Why not throw in a linebacker in there? Throw a linebacker in there. I like it. And you know what? Low key, a second quarterback, man. Maybe if we drafted a second quarterback, maybe to sit behind Josh for a little bit, or do you just want a veteran guy to sit behind Josh? How do you guys feel about that with the quarterback position? We got Shane Buechele and we got Mike. We got Mike at Mike White at quarterback. So I guess we cool. We may not need to, but we got 10 picks. We got 10 picks. So that's where I stand. So now I want to share something else with you guys. All right. Let me close this real quick. Stop sharing my screen. Let me share another screen. So we have 10 picks. All right. Share this real quick with y'all. We got 10 picks. We're picking at 30. Y'all know how many picks we got. We got 10 of them. Let's go to the Bills real quick. If it allows me to. Is it going to? No, it's not. It's being a hater. Doesn't matter. All good. So we got 10 picks. We're picking at 30. We got Washington, Lions, Baltimore, LA, Texans, Vikings. Vikings are an interesting prospect to trade with. You know the Green Bay Packers live and die in the draft. They're not big free agent spenders. The fact that they spent money on Josh Jacobs in the offseason was surprising. But they more live in the draft, so they like their picks. The Chargers, it's going to take a lot to get down to the 22 pick. And then obviously it gets worse. So the question that I have for you guys is, A, how much are you willing to give up or trade? And where's the sweet spot where you're like, way too low, we're not be able to get up there from the 30 spot? So where's the lowest that you're willing to trade to get the player that you want? Is 19 to 18 spot the right where we stop at the 18? Because at 18, I feel like obviously you get over your first round, and you're probably giving up multiple mid-round picks, if not maybe a second-round pick. I don't know if they're going to give up a second-round pick, but to get down here, you may have to. To be in the 20s, it might take the first-round pick and a couple fourth-round picks. But how high are you willing to drop to go to? 19? And that's the question that I have for you guys. Justin Walker says, I'll give up the first, a second, and next year's second if Barron or Johnson is there at 15. Ooh, I don't know if Will Johnson is gonna be at 15. He's probably gonna be gone before that, but you never know. But if that's an interesting one. If Jahdae Barron falls to like 15, 16, 15 to 16. Is that too much to give up? Or if that's the guy that you want, and I think he's that good, first and foremost, why not give it up? You got 10 picks. The first round, couple fourths. You still got 2 second-round picks. You can still do some damage. But you'd have to go up to like Atlanta at 15. Golly. How many picks does Atlanta have? I'd love to know how many picks Atlanta has. Atlanta has, okay, there we go. It gives me Atlanta 1, 2, 4. Oh, you know what? Hold on now. Atlanta has the 15th pick. They got 1 fourth-round pick. They got no thirds, just like us. And they got no 5th and 6th. They could use some mid-round picks. So just maybe, if they don't see the guy that they want, maybe they drop to the 30th pick. I can't see Atlanta doing that. I can't see. Atlanta has so many holes. Atlanta has so many holes, they're going to have to pick somebody. Or they stockpile. Vikings might be the sweet spot. The Vikings, they don't have the second-round pick. Nah, I'm not giving back their second-round pick. But that's just me being petty. But if they want their second-round pick, you're going to have to deal, baby. You're going to have to deal. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. We'll talk more as the weeks lead up to the draft. So, a couple more topics I'm going to hit, and then I'm going to get out of here. There's 2 topics I want to hit. And I'm going to hit on the one that kind of, I didn't catch us all by surprise. I don't think it did. But it was interesting nonetheless. And if you were living under a rock, obviously, that's a problem because you shouldn't be. The NFL is full of, things that do happen. And one tidbit of news that took place with the Houston Texans, right? Obviously, they lost Stefon Diggs. So now they're kind of, you know what I mean, they'll probably be shopping for receivers and so on and so forth. But it comes back to bring us back to the AFC East. And it's the freaking New England Patriots. New England brings in Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs to the freaking New England Patriots. When you guys saw that news, did it make you go, dang, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't want that to happen. Was it something that turned you guys off, or were you kind of like, the hell with him? I don't care if he goes. I don't care where he goes. It makes no difference to me. Well, most folks have been talking about how Drake May is another type of Josh Allen, and look what Josh Allen. I mean, look where Josh Allen's career is today, and it's all because of the aid of Stefon Diggs. Now, that is true. Diggs is nowhere near where he is now without Josh, and Josh is nowhere where he is without Diggs. Those two helped each other rise up in this league. But you were then talking about a 26, 27-year-old Stefon Diggs to a now 32-year-old Stefon Diggs coming off of an ACL tear late in the season. So, yes, will he help Drake May? Absolutely. Will he be the same player he was, you mean, when he was with Buffalo? I don't think so. He wasn't the same player last year with the Houston Texans. He certainly won't be the same player with a torn knee, coming back from a torn knee. But I do like what New England has done this year. Let's not forget. This team got a new coach. Mike Vrabel is a damn good coach. I don't care what anybody tells me. That boy is one of the best coaches. He's a bad man. So any nonsense that you think Stefon Diggs, which I highly doubt is going to take place, but any nonsense you think Stefon Diggs is going to cause in New England, being on his third team at 32 and trying to, you know what I mean? And he got paid, by the way. It's really just a glorified one-year deal. But $69 million is what the contract is. If things work out, he remains with the team. Now, I can't see them paying him that big money next year, but you never know. But they made some significant moves. I mean, Javon Baker's still on that squad. I mean, he's got a lot to learn. He didn't do a whole lot last year. But you add Stefon Diggs, and you got Demario Douglas, which was a good player. Mac Hollins, the ones you guys love so much. Mac Hollins on that squad. They got a little bit of a squad at receiver. Javon Baker, Kendrick Bourne is a good-ass receiver. You know, Kayshon Boutte, had some moments where he looked good. Stefon Diggs, he's got redemption. He's got to redeem himself. Demario Douglas is nice. And Mac Hollins, reliable. Absolutely reliable. I don't know too much about Jalen Hurd or the rest of these cats. And don't forget, they got Jalen Polk as well. Austin Hooper at tight end with Hunter Henry. Cool. Offensive line, they're not horrible, but they're not great. It's not a bad little squad. Not a bad little squad. They pay big money. You mean now you got Milton Williams and you got Christian Barmore in the middle. Dude, that defensive backfield is going to be nasty. And if you let them draft, you know what I mean, Travis Hunter, you're going to have Gonzalez and Travis Hunter on that squad. Kyle Duggar at safety. All right. I ain't sitting here shook of the New England Patriots, but I don't mind this. I like this for New England. I kind of like this for New England. I'm not going to sit here and hate on Stefon Diggs because it's the easy thing to do. Well, Stefon Diggs. No, I like Stefon Diggs. When Steph was on the squad, that was my guy. I like Stefon Diggs. I didn't like all the drama stuff that came with it, but I like Stefon Diggs. And if he comes in and gives them a little bit of a pedigree on that offensive side of the ball, I mean, shoot, they'll be interesting to watch. And if they get Travis Hunter on that defensive side of the ball and he's able to help on the offensive side of the ball, they got Ramondre Stevenson running the football. Drake May's supposed to be Drake May. You got the coaching staff on top of that. A brilliant coach in Vrabel. Dude, it'll be interesting to see what New England does. I mean, we still going to wax that ass, but it'll be very interesting to see what New England does this upcoming year. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it shakes out. But Stefon Diggs going to the New England Patriots, I think, is good for him. I think this kind of gives him a little bit of time to kind of, you know what I mean, go where he's got to really prove himself to see, okay, what do I got with this whole knee injury? And is Drake May really that dude? And if he is, bro, I got to work my tail off and try to get in. So he might have a little juice left in them legs in Stefon Diggs. And I can't see it any other way. I think he's going to bounce back and have himself a decent little year. Just not against Buffalo. Just not against Buffalo. So big shout out to these cats, man. I like it. Big shout out to the Patriots. I'm interested to see what they do. I'm interested to see what they do. My man said, Walter comes in and says, I see no reason why Diggs can't be there, Shakir. I envision a 2019 Bills blueprint for the Pats, a predominantly defensive team. Yup. With an adequate, not a great offense. Correct. With a solid run game. A guy that they trust with the football in his hands. Although he had a couple fumble issues, but he can run the ball very well. And if that offensive crew led by Stefon Diggs says, all right, boys, let's all get together in Florida. Drake, let's go. Kind of like what happened with you know what I mean? You know who? Josh Allen and the boys. Build a little chemistry. The Pats might be shocking some teams. They might be shocking some teams. We'll see. We see. And this is why the Bills need to freaking lock down their corner. Find who the hell your corner is going to be. Bring in the Buffalo so we can solidify that. I'm not worried too much about the defensive front. To be very frank with you, I'm not worried about our defensive front. If Bosa stays healthy, Greg Rousseau coming off that fresh big-ass deal, Ed Oliver will be hungry, and you got Dwayne Carter that's got a lot to prove in his second year, and we bring in one other piece on the defensive front, we're good, bro. We good. We got 10 picks. Shoot, we might use all 10, or we might trade up to get that bona fide dog. Not sure which it is. All right. So big shout out to Diggs. I like what's going on with Diggs. I like that he's over there. So we'll see how that goes. Now, last comment for me, and I'll take some questions or comments that you guys want to touch on. The NFL pisses me off, bro. The NFL, quite frankly, they piss me off. All right. They came up, I mean, they have the rules committee and all the things that are taking place with, we're going to change the kickoff rule back 5 yards and get rid of the tush push and all these little things they're trying to tweak because it's a safety issue and so on and so forth, whatever. Then the league came out with celebrations. They're already the no fun league. First of all, you can't do diddly squat, right? You just spike the football and get back to. I mean, like if it were up to them, they'd just say spike the football and get back to it, right? The minute you want to get unique with it, I get it. You don't want the throat slash, fine. Maybe it's a little dark to go with the throat slash, but and dropping that's a nasty celebration. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's like, yo, get off me. I'm nice like that. There's some violence in there. So what I want to know is, who's your source? Who's Roger Goodell's source? Roger, is it your son? Is your son watching, all these, urban channels? He's all up at the hip hop scene and he's telling you what that is? Like, I don't get it. Who's the rules committee guy? Who's the leader in that? We're going to ban the slime because it means slime in his part. Let these boys play, man. Yo, I make a big play. Put it on you. Like, come on, man. Listen, I'm with you. I know where it comes from. But Goodell, you don't know where it comes from. You don't know what it means exactly. You got someone in your ear telling you, by the way, Young Thug's in court or was in court, and slime was he was under a RICO charge. You don't want the RICO and and the NFL having, so just ban that altogether so that way we don't have, no fun. So you know what they're gonna do? They're just gonna find another way to do that. They might just do it on the top of their head, like the NFL. When's it stop? It's annoying, bro. They're just going to raise their finger from their nose to their forehead. It's going to mean the same thing. But you know what? This is actually just nice. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the same ring to it. It doesn't have the same feel, but it's the same action. Like, come on, man. Like, when's it stop, bro? Like, you used to be able to kind of dunk on the net. Can't do that no more. I mean, Allen, what's his name? The defensive line that played for the Chiefs, Allen, and the Vikings. He used to get on one knee and make it look like he's roping cattle. They said you can't do that. So he had to modify his freaking celebration. Like, come on. Like, just let these boys play. When they make a big play, let a Jared Allen. Thank you very much. Right? Let these boys play, man. Golly, that's why it's way fun to watch the NBA, man. The NBA, you think you get slammed on? I'll take the tech if I can stare you down a little bit. Let you know what's good. You know what I mean? Walk all over you, I get it. You can't walk all over me. That's disrespectful. But all the other stuff, bro, come on now. I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Like this stuff and whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if doing this now, you know what I'm saying? Ice in my veins. Goodell's like, no, that looks like you're shooting something. It's drug related. Like, come on, fam. Like, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. You know what I mean? Whenever you gotta play, I just mowed the whole team down with that play. Like, to me, I'm not trying to literally show you that I'm shooting you guys, but you put that thing out there. Let me have fun. Let me have fun, man. These guys don't forget, the fans are why we watch this stuff. When Ocho was doing all his nonsense and T.O. and Joey Horn was doing that, we loved it. You had more eyes like, yo, what's he going to do next? No props. Womp, womp. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Ocho was telling the story about when he had the nameplate on his shirt when he was calling himself Ocho Cinco, and like they fined him $30K for that. That's what made him change his whole name. So you can't find me now. That's the name. It's gonna be my jersey. Golly, man, this Roger Goodell, knock it off already. Let these boys play and just have fun. Yo, this is the same league that's pushing alcohol and gambling promotions all over the place. Thank you. You're more likely to influence gambling alcohol dishes than inspire violence. I mean, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. You got Call of Duty, you got NFL players in these Call of Duty freaking commercials. But you don't like that. It just pisses me off. I'm listening to this in the car on satellite radio. I'm listening. I'm like, are you kidding me? It made me mad. I don't even play. It made me mad. Could you imagine you something comes over top of you and you just had some celebration, and we're not sure about that. We're gonna fine him for now, and if he appeals it, we'll give him his money back. We're gonna look into it. Come on, man. Alcohol, gambling, like all that mess, bro. Like, give me a freaking break. That should annoys me. I'm sorry. I had to vent and get that off my chest because, like, just let these boys play, man. If there was one rule, I was watching this. Here's a question for you guys. So I was watching. If you guys are soccer, I'm a big soccer guy. I like soccer. I love soccer, and I'll watch soccer all day, every day if I could, right? And they asked this dude, if you could change a rule in soccer, what would it be? And he had a fantastic rule change that he would change. And his rule change was, these players, if it's a throw-in, they'll waste as much time for a throw-in to kind of let the clock tick, right? So a lot of times what will end up happening is they'll say, the ref will say, hey, throw it in. And they'll point at the spot he wants them to throw in. So the player will do like, right here? What about here? You mean right here? Right here. Wasting time. And as the time wastes, he's got to clock all this stuff, right? For extra time and so on and so forth. So he's like, if I could get rid of that rule, that's one rule I'd get rid of. All this wasting time. If you don't do it in 10 seconds to throw that ball in, I'm reversing course. The ball goes to the next team and they get to throw in. Stop wasting time. That was number one. Sometimes if you go for a corner kick, the guy will mosey along. He'll fix the ball on the corner. No, I like it at this or like this. Time being wasted. So he's like, if you don't kick that ball right now, goal kick. Vice versa. If the goalie doesn't kick that ball and starts wasting time and messing around, corner kick. I bet you the game will roll and stop wasting time. So then I'm thinking to myself, if I could change one rule in the NFL, what would it be? And I was like, sorry, I couldn't really, there's so many little things. And I was like, the celebration rule, like all celebrations are live. No more bannings on celebrations. You can do whatever celebration you want. except for a few things where you can't. Maybe keep the throat slash in there. Maybe that's a little bit morbid, so don't do that. But everything is all go. How crazy would it be? I don't know. To moderation. How do you detect that? Who knows? But maybe that would be the rule. I'd say, you know what? All celebrations are a go. That would be one. If you guys could change a rule, one rule, what would it be? I'd be interested. I'd be curious to see what could make the game better, or is it something that they used to have? There was a rule that changed. What would it be? I think one of the rules too, if that quarterback rolls out of bounds, you are live. You are absolutely freaking live. I think that'd be one of them that would change. So you better throw that football. And if you want to roll out, you better throw that football out of the way, because you are now live. All this sliding business, you don't get to slide. You better learn how to protect yourself. You want to run out and do all that business? Ain't no sliding, bro. You getting tackled. You getting paws put on you. That would be one thing I'd change. That goes for Josh Allen. That goes for Matt Stafford. That goes for Lamar Jackson. That goes for freaking Joe Flacco if he freaking plays. I don't care who it is. You want to run out there and you think you Michael Vick, you think you Steve Young, you will get the paws put on you. That would be one rule I'll change. Yo, ain't no sliding. You are all go. I guarantee you, yo, you're going to find out who's going to be scrambling and doing that bullshit, because too many times the defenses get taken advantage of. Can't do nothing. Now it's a free-for-all. You want to come in and try to do this business, you better slide early, real early, or you done, bro. You getting the paws put on you. That'll be one of them. My man Terrence says, yo, defensive holding, I'll take that out. I mean, you have to have some kind of defensive holding. You got to have some kind of defensive holding, because I'm not going to have, you holding me like crazy. Nah. You can't. Defensive holding's definitely got to be in there. It's got to be in there. There's no way I'm taking that away. No automatic first down for any defensive penalty except roughing the passer. Okay. I kind of like that. Yeah, the automatic first down is kind of killer. That's a momentum killer. Like automatic first down, like come on, fam. And especially if it's a phantom call, it's an automatic first down. I don't know. I don't know about that. The fake injuries to catch your breath. I mean, a lot of sports do that. Soccer do that especially. But I mean, it's hard to kind of stop that a little bit. You can't. Like, you're faking it. I'm not. I'm actually hurt. I don't know. How do you decide that? They've been running 90 minutes straight. You talk about soccer. Yeah, but so if you had a rule change you would make, let me know what it would be. But anyway, listen, folks, that's my time. If you guys enjoyed this show, it was a short one, but to the point. We talked about some DBs that the Bills could be looking at. So Jahdae Barron, one of them. Could we? Can we? Will we? Highly doubtful. He's one of the top corners in this game. But if he falls, and he falls far enough, or somebody messes up and takes a player they weren't supposed to take, right? Like the Atlanta Falcons last year when they took Michael Penix. We didn't expect that. Then it kind of changed a whole lot. And you always know there's going to be one team that's going to screw it up. And I'll tell you right now, if I were to pick a team that's going to let's talk about it right now, actually. If there's one team in the top 10, let me see if I can get back to where I was before. Perfect. If there's one team, there's another question for you guys that I have. All right. Y'all help me out with this. Let me just find out where I'm at. Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen real quick. If there's one team that is going to screw up the pick in the top 10, which team will it be? The Titans are scheduled to take a quarterback. They'll be fools if they don't. Whether it's Shedeur Sanders or it's Cam Ward, is most likely going to be Cam Ward. All right. The Browns. Could it be Shedeur Sanders? Are they all in on Shedeur Sanders? Right? There's no way they're going to let Kenny Pickett take over and be the guy. There's no freaking way. I can't see it happening. Right? So Shedeur Sanders to the Browns. Or do they take Abdul Carter and pair him with Myles Garrett? That would be absolutely insane. Two bookend defensive ends. That's good luck to the quarterbacks in the freaking AFC North. Then you got the freaking Giants. They take Travis Hunter, or do they take Shedeur Sanders? I don't understand this. Why did the Giants bring in both Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston? What are the Giants doing? I don't get it. Can you guys explain to me? Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? They bring in Russell and they bring in Jameis Winston. So what, you're going to draft Shedeur Sanders? You got all 3 quarterbacks on the squad? You just gave a 2-year deal to Jameis Winston and you give a year deal to make it make sense for me. The Giants, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? So you're going to take Shedeur Sanders? Okay, so you don't take Shedeur Sanders. So then you take Travis Hunter. So you get yourself your corner/receiver. You pair him sometimes with Malik Neighbors. Fine. New England, you're not going to take Shedeur Sanders if Travis Hunter goes to New York. So the Giants could throw this whole thing off. But let's just say they take Travis Hunter. Now, New England, they take, I don't know, they're probably going to need offensive linemen to protect Drake May. So they'll probably go lineman. I'm not sure what the mock drafts have. I'm just throwing this out there. Then you got Jacksonville. Jacksonville has Trevor Lawrence. Shedeur Sanders drops. The Raiders just signed Geno Smith. Does he back up Geno Smith for the 2-3 years? Geno's not ready to retire anytime soon whatsoever. Is he ready to potentially take a back seat to Shedeur Sanders? Can't see it. So the Raiders probably go and take Ashton Genty. They need a running back. I'm just throwing this out there, by the way. All right. So now you got the Giants. Let's use the Giants. The Jets. The Jets with Shedeur Sanders? I can't see that happening. You think the Jets, they just bring in Justin Fields. They got Tyrod Taylor over there. They good. I don't think they're going to go Shedeur Sanders. So there goes Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur keeps going down. Right? And this is looking like a Shedeur Sanders type of situation. The Panthers feel good with Bryce Young. Then you go to the Saints. The Saints and Shedeur? They got Derek Carr. Could Shedeur go to the Saints? I don't know if I like it. Then you got the Bears. The Bears at 10. These guys, I don't know what they're going to do. But they're so far down at the 10 pick. What do you do? Shedeur could drop all the way down. Bro, I can't see Shedeur dropping this far down. Bro, none of these guys need a quarterback unless they shock the world and the Colts take Shedeur. Dolphins ain't going to take him. Dallas is not going to take him. San Fran is not going to take him. That'd be interesting. Atlanta's certainly not going to take him. Arizona don't need him. Bengals don't need him. Seahawks, they just brought in Sam Darnold. This is where it gets bad, man. Could you imagine Shedeur dropping all the way down to the Steelers at 21? Steelers move up if they see Shedeur keeps dropping. Shedeur to the freaking Steelers? Now that would be something. That would be something you would have never seen coming. You would have never seen that coming. Shedeur to the freaking Steelers. Now you got DK, Andrew throwing the football to freaking slime himself with the shiesty. George Pickens. Bro, now that would be something. That would be interesting. This turned into who's going to screw up the pick and it's the Giants. If you think about it, the Giants screwed everything up by freaking signing Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. How'd you just sign one? You'd understand that Shedeur would have came in, you would have backed up for a little bit, and then away you go. But they signed 2 aging quarterbacks. The Giants. The Giants are going to Giants. The Giants are going to Giants. You would have thought at least, I mean, GM Schoen would have learned something from McDermott. He would have learned something from Brandon Beane. Nope. Man, Sanders in Pittsburgh. Could you see it? I certainly can. That would be something. Anyway, food for thought. Y'all think about that one. I don't know how often people talk about it. I'm sure they're talking about it, but I'm sure if Shedeur Sanders at least falls past the Bears, they'll probably try to switch up with the Miami Dolphins. Let's trade. I'll let you go. I'll get you my first. I'll give you something else because the Colts might sneak in and try to grab Shedeur Sanders. They don't mess with AR. They certainly don't. They don't. And who did they just sign to compete with Richardson? I know it was a decent quarterback. I just can't remember who. Who was it? Someone tell me. I'm forgetting. Somebody got signed to the Colts so that they can compete. It was a good enough quarterback that you're like, okay, there's competition there. They're not just giving him the job. I just can't remember who the heck went over there. Somebody help me out. Because I can't remember. I'm having a brain fart right now. But man, oh man. The Giants screwed this hole at Daniel Jones. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Daniel Jones. Can you imagine? Daniel Jones is sitting here going, hold on. You mean to tell me you feel that Russell Wilson is going to be that much better than me and Jameis Winston? Which they are. But he's probably looking like, golly, like you guys are no better right now. Not that much better. All right, let me go try to win the job in Indianapolis. Now, what a mess that would be. Shedeur Sanders, Daniel Jones, and AR. Anthony Richardson. Golly, what a mess. The freaking Colts are a mess. The Colts are a freaking mess. And, oh, man, the NFL. The NFL is something else, man. The Colts will definitely be in play. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to know that. So they will be asking the Dallas Cowboys to switch, or they'll be asking the Miami Dolphins to switch up. And if the Colts get wind of that, they're going to be asking one of these boys, let me move up before the Pittsburgh Steelers do. So San Fran, y'all want to switch? I doubt it. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Sanders might be going to Pittsburgh. Sanders might be going to Pittsburgh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Freaking Giants, man. The Giants messed everything up, by the way. Brian Daboll, that's like you asking to be fired, bro. It's like you guys are both asking to be fired. Y'all let Saquon Barkley go. He makes the Eagles a bona fide a threat for years to come. They win the freaking Super Bowl because your punk asses didn't want to pay the man. He wanted to come back. And now you guys signed 2 aging quarterbacks that ain't going to get you to the squat. Giants fans, I feel for y'all, bro. I feel for y'all. So Kevin says, would San Fran take Sanders? I mean, why would they? They're rebuilding. I mean, yes, they're rebuilding, but then you got to do something about your quarterback right now. You got Brock Purdy that is probably going to get paid unless Sanders sits behind Brock Purdy and they tell you this is your last year with us. He might, what do you tell him? Trade me? Brock Purdy's at the mercy. He's at the mercy of the way the contract is. Like, we don't got to pay you diddly squat. We're going to hold out. Then Sanders starts in front of you. And then you're done. So San Fran could easily be in play with Kyle Shanahan, which is a great offensive coordinator. Shoot. Well, let me tell you something right now. San Fran Shedeur or Shedeur with the Colts or Shedeur with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. If he falls past San Fran, then Pittsburgh's definitely going to try to trade up and get in there. If San Fran grabs him, that will be something. That will shake up the NFL and give everybody something to talk about. But these idiots over here, these bozos over here, they piss me off, bro. No. I'm actually mad at the Giants. The Giants actually frustrate me. I can't even front. They frustrate me. The freaking Giants, man. How y'all gonna do that? Just piss the whole league off, man. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Ain't quiet. All right. I keep telling you guys I'm gonna leave. And I'm still here. I'm trying to get to my see why would they make me scroll all the way over? This team. I need to see how many picks the Giants have. How many picks do the Giants have? These guys are unfreaking believable. Unreal. The freaking Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, the Giants. Unreal. Unreal. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Anyway, folks, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your week, the rest of your weekend, and we will catch up shortly. I just gotta look at the Giants for a quick second because I'm curious to see where they're at in terms of how many picks they got. Because these guys are unbelievable. The New York Giants. Oh, to be a Giants fan right now. To be a Giants fan. Hold on. I don't know. I'm why am I not getting this right down? I'm trying to get to the freaking draft. And I want to see who's picking where. And I want to see how many draft picks they have. And this freaking thing is not letting me do what I want to do. It scrolls all the way over. Fix your crap, man. I'm trying to slide back down. Can't even do it. All right, so it is what it is. It is what it is, folks. They probably don't have any picks, or they have many picks. We'll see how it shakes out. Why is it not letting me do that? You know what? I think it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. All right, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks you guys for tuning in. We will be back at it again this week with more draft chats and all that good stuff. And you guys let me know what position group that you guys want me to hit next. Do you want it to be the defensive tackle position? Are we going interior? Do you want to stay at the defensive end? Are we looking at prospects? So I'm trying to bring in some prospects. I kind of like the defensive tackle prospects. There are definitely some guys I want to look into. Do you want me to look at linebackers, receivers, running backs? You guys let me know and drop it in the comment section, and I'll be able to jump in all over that for this upcoming week. So you guys have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. We should see my man Z-Bot back at it again, probably Monday. He's probably got some things that he's gonna maybe want to catch up on. So you guys let me know. How do you guys feel about that? Stefon Diggs going to New England. Shook, worried about it. Love that pick for them. That signing was a lot. And who's going to screw up that top 10 pick? Who is going to be the team that messes the whole rhythm up? Right now, the Giants have already done it, in my opinion. They've absolutely done it. Those idiots. Thank goodness I'm not a Giants fan. All right, you guys have yourself a good night. It's your boy Rico's Hopefully Fanatic, and we will catch you guys on the flip. Y'all enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you guys again another time. It's your boy. Let's go.